Coca can. Thank you for following the channel. That's Coca. I kind of sit over here, don't I? So should this be more? Doesn't have to. Coca can. Kuka kaka 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 kuku. Coca kaka kaka kaka. Thank you for following the channel. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. Welcome to the friendliest tiny Twitch community on Twitch. Friendliest, yeah. Oh yes. So thank you very much, Cool Can. Okay. Hello everyone. Let's get right into it. On a momentary weakness, I purchased a few games on my wish list that 'cause I usually hold out for sales. One among them was Beyond Despair, so I'm going to be checking that out soon. Um, Beyond Despair might be more of a multiplayer story experience than an actual survival game. I'm going to try it out and see. I might end up getting Beyond Despair and Conan. And speaking of Conan, I read the developers' blogs and their plans for the future, and it's very interesting. Funcom was actually very close to bankruptcy. I'm not surprised. Their Age of Conan was going horribly, and I don't know what else they've been doing. But they were like one step away from bankruptcy, and they were like, we need to make a game so we don't go bankrupt. They picked the survival genre because the guy actually said, the president of Funcom, or not the president, the head designer for Conan Exiles. He said in an interview, we picked the survival genre because that player base is most accepting of bugs and shoddy content. I don't think he meant it that we're going to make a shitty game, but I think he meant it that those are the most easily satisfied uh, gamers. So target them because they know by now that they really have trouble with bugs in their games. But it was funny, and also the Funcom people are like Swedish or something, so it's probably a culture shock. Maybe they're more open about what they're doing. I don't know. So it was hilarious the way they put that. I mean, let's be honest, they're right. I mean, the survival game genre is the most big pile of shit, and people eat it up with a big spoon and a grin, a shit-eating grin. Ha 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 ha. But it's Conan Exiles actually has been selling really well. It sold 500,000 copies in like its first 2 weeks, and it surpassed all their expectations. It's actually saved their company. And like I don't hate Funcom, so I'm kind of glad that they're not going bankrupt, right? And it's doing so well that they're going to put more money into it. And they're like, whoa, like we tried to stay alive, but we actually made something that people like, and there's potential here. So they said they're investing a lot more money and capital into the game, and they have all these roadblocks. We're going to do this and that, and towns and NPCs and tameable mounts and pets and sorcery and dungeons and demons. And I mean, it could be all bullshit, but I mean, they had it all like in a schedule, and they had some screenshots and some video of the next content which is coming out. They have extra buckets for siege combat, and they're making a new dungeon. It sounds like it could be good. It sounds like it could be good. Funcom always, has made good content, but they take forever, and they're always late, and they're horrible at Q&A. So that's like perfect for the survival genre because those people love waiting and they don't care about bugs. And maybe they'll have enough time to actually make Conan Exiles good because I think if you give them enough time, I think Funcom can make a good game. So I don't know. I'll probably pick Conan up whenever it's on sale, and not even like a 50% sale. Just whenever it's on sale at all, I'll probably pick it up. But I mean, come on now, I can't buy it if it's not on sale. I'm a PC gamer. He XD. So whenever it's on sale, I'll probably pick it up. But potential, it looks like Conan could actually be legit, and if it is, we'll probably that could be like kind of like our multiplayer focused game that I play on the stream because I think it's important to have some sort of game that you like a go-to game that your community can revolve around. Um, and it could be Conan. We'll see. Um, I also bought Conclave, and I'm gonna now need to find people to play it with, which is like a D&D tabletop D&D simulator. Only the computer's the DM. You don't have a person DM, which is why it's better than like tabletop simulator or something. And it's more linear, obviously, because there's no player DM, but that's fine with me. I hate player DMs. So I think Conclave could be fun. I need to find people to play it with again. Also, I've got back into GOG. There's some. I prefer Steam, but there are games on GOG that are just not available anywhere else legally. And aside from Steam, GOG is the only game store, game publisher, no, gaming gaming hub that I trust. And they have their own, their own app now called GOG Galaxy, which is completely optional. But they realize that people actually like having a launcher for all their games because people want to have localized libraries, which is true. So whatever, I had like 200 games in my GOG account. Most of them I hate now. I bought a lifetime ago, but there's some games in GOG that are unavailable anywhere else and are really cool. And we'll probably stream some of those eventually also. In particular, I'm talking about like Temple of Elemental Evil or Baldur's Forgotten Realms Demon Stone, Dungeons and Dragons Dragon Shard, or the old classic gold box games for D&D. That might be a little too old school, but we could try. Menzo Berenzin, the Ravenloft games, the Dark Sun games. Fantastic classics that for some reason you can't get on Steam, licensing, publishing, I don't know, but it's on GOG. And games like that. And Anvil of Dawn, classic RPGs mostly. So we might mix a few of those in as well. What else? Nothing going on in Kickstarter. I've already mentioned the games that I'm backing. Oh, there was a big update in today. There was a big update in We Have to Go Deeper. And by the way, you guys should check that game out if you haven't already. It's a great multiplayer game. I'm trying to find more people to play it with. Speaking of, I have very eclectic tastes in games, especially when it comes to kind of multiplayer stuff. I like games that will not be replaced by a sequel soon, if ever. Games that have replayability and timeless qualities. So obviously I'm not really interested in games like Left 4 Dead or H1Z1 or Call of Duty Zombies or whatever the kids are playing these days. And so the games that I want to play with people, nobody owns. Also, my stream is very small, so small sample size. If there were, was a huge stream, I'm sure some people would own it. And someone suggested to me that I should buy a bunch of copies of the games that I want to play with you guys and start giving them away. To which I vehemently disagreed. And I thought about it. And I still disagree. I stream. I'm non-for-profit. Okay, I'm a non-profit. I don't make any money, and I'm not really trying to, and that's fine. I'm a hobbyist, as I like to call it. But I gotta draw the line at just, I don't know, throwing money into streaming for no reason. And I think buying games and just giving them away so people play with me definitely qualifies in unnecessary expenditure for something that's a hobby. Also, I feel that it's almost like paying people to be your friend, and I don't need high school flashbacks. I'm gonna buy a game to give to someone to beg them to play a game with me. It's like I don't need a favor, and I'm not gonna get down on my knees. And if someone is interested in a game, they could buy it themselves. And if they're not interested in it, then you shouldn't play it. He's like, oh, fine, I'll play it because you gave me a free copy. So like, I mean, maybe if something I own has like some 75% off sale, which isn't as common on Steam as it used to be, then maybe I'll pick up a couple of extra copies, because then it'll be really cheap. But otherwise, there's no way I'm gonna buy 10 copies of Barony, or We Have to Go Deeper, or Conclave, and just start handing them out like freaking samples at Starbucks, and then saying, okay, will someone, hook up with me now? I mean, if I don't have anyone to play with, then I just don't need to play that right now. That I have a huge, huge variety of games to choose from, way too many. So I don't think we're going to do that. I am giving away games on Steam though, because those are games I already own from a long time ago. And if you're not on my Steam friend list, you should, get on it, because I'm kind of just, I give people games, a few games every couple of days to just random people. And my friends list is so small, it's really easy to get one, and I don't want to give multiple games to the same people. So yeah, get on my friends list on Steam. Plus, you could like say hi if you want, and you see what I'm doing on Steam. It's fun. Good way to stay connected, especially now that I'm not on BattleNet. Uh, hmm. What else? What else is going on? Oh, one other thing I wanted to discuss briefly was I've talked about what I'm doing with Twitch, and it's going pretty well. Play like a more linear, flashy, or at least game that has a set ending for the primary part of the stream, and then for the latter half, usually a shorter half, I play something more random, more replayable, usually less graphical. And then that's also a time where I can talk to people on Discord or whatever. And I might switch it up occasionally and like play something really graphical but multiplayer, like for example, like Conan or Beyond Despair in the future. And then the second latter portion would be something single player but really old school looking, like an old RPG. Uh, but I haven't really talked about YouTube at all. And since this video is going on YouTube, I wanted to just mention briefly. Aside from the vlogs, which I'm trying to do before every stream, but it's really hard. Um, the other kind of content, the only other kind of content I was thinking of putting on YouTube was I might do uh, footageless, extra short game reviews. Um, because as someone that's obsessed with games and plays a lot of them, I think I'm qualified as any dummy on YouTube, and I can't have footage of anything for I would hope obvious reasons, which would kind of render any reviews. I mean, obviously I can't do a let's play or anything like that, but I think a review is possible without footage, but it would obviously be much shorter. And also, people are so verbose these days that I think a shorter review might be appreciated anyway. Plus, I think people try to get so fancy talking about, the graphics and the music and bugs and controls, and they go down a list on games, like, like a checklist. I was thinking something like just talking about if a game sucks or not. Just more general, more easily digested, where just a review that explains why either you'd like it or not, so depending on what kind of gamer you are, and it's just good or not, and that's it. Um, that's really pretty much it. Vlogs and maybe some reviews. I might do a few book reviews, but those will be rare because the only books that I read are audiobooks now, and it's hard to squeeze those in. But I might have a few random book reviews of like old school fantasy novels or something like that. But that's pretty much it. I'm not going to do any prank streams wandering around. I'm not going to be doing any cooking or car repair. I don't know. It's not really my cup of tea. And since I'm only willing to show content that I own wholly and completely, it's pretty much just my face. So that's really all I can do, and all I really feel like I'm willing to do. So that's probably going to be the direction that the channel goes, and I think that's fine. Because this YouTube is primarily designed as a companion or add-on for my Twitch stream. Although you could probably gain some enjoyment from it just through the YouTube, but it's not really designed to be some sort of this isn't an Angry Joe channel or Jim Sterling or something, and I don't want it to be. It's not going to be. So whatever. So yeah, so we're gonna have vlogs where I talk about all sorts of random things, but usually what's going on in the gaming world, what's going on in the games is what's with me and Kickstarter and just random stuff, and maybe some occasional game reviews. And that's it, and I think that's plenty because I don't like YouTube channels that have a million videos a day either, and each video is like wildly different kinds of content in an effort to appeal to this huge broad base of people. But then all you do is you make videos that somebody that's subscribed to you is going to hate, and then they unfollow because nobody wants their feed to be full of videos they never want to watch. So I think a very focused YouTube channel is way better than trying to appeal to everybody. So if it's labeled vlog, it's a vlog, and there'll be lots of rambling. If it's labeled review, then it'll be review, and it's going to say the name of the game I'm reviewing in the title. And that's pretty much it for the YouTube content. So I think that's it for today. I found things to talk about, and I didn't repeat myself. That's always good. So that is it. Thank you guys for watching. And thank you for being part of Twitch's tiniest peanut. No, wait. Friendliest Twitch. The Twitch friendliest tiny. No. The friendliest tiny Twitch community. The friendliest tiny Twitch team. Tater Tots. Alright.